What is going on, everybody? My name is Shadowman and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies theory video. And I've got a very big one for you today, and it is absolutely fantastic. So, I'm going to be discussing about Dr. Monty and how, despite what we saw in the Revolutions cutscene, how he is 100% still evil, and he has got all these plans going on, and no one realises it. Let's go. So, my main evidence of this is going to be ciphers from Shadows of Evil. So, the first cipher I'm going to be talking a bit about is one that you've definitely heard before, but contributes a lot to this theory. The cipher states, although they have discovered the way, premise will fail. So, premise, as you know, it's obviously our four characters dressed up in these awesome outfits, standing upon a mound, seemingly being worshipped by the people while holding the original staffs or staves from Origins. So, the reason this is important to the theory is because of the first bit, although they have discovered the way. Now, this will make sense a little bit later, but I just want you to remember that line, although they have discovered the way. The next cipher I'm going to talk about here states, the formless one will be their downfall. Now, I've talked a wee bit before about my theory that Dr. Monty is not actually Weasel himself, but is in fact using Weasel's body to communicate with our characters. The reason I believe this is because Monty claims himself to be some omnipotent godlike being, but according to the Bible itself, a god is a spirit or someone without form, so they would need an efficient way to talk to our characters. Now, as Cypher mentioned, the formless one will be their downfall. If Monty really is a god, then he will have no actual form, and will indeed be their downfall. The next cipher that I'm going to talk about states, M is interested in these worthless beings. All his work will be undone. So, I believe that these supposed worthless beings that are being talked about are the Origins crew, and the way that M or Monty's work will be undone is through the use of the blood, as it will protect the crew, ultimately allowing them to stop Monty. So, the next cipher reads, the Elders will continue to seed space and time. I must lead them to the place they cannot see. Now, this cipher here is where it gets really interesting. I feel that it is safe to assume the place they cannot see is the infinite. This is because the house is there, and the house is supposed to be a safe place away from the outside world, so no other being would be able to see it. Now, the elders that are being led are most likely the apothecants, but very few people would be able to lead them to the place they cannot see. So let's go over all the people who can lead them there. The Origins crew, the children, Maxis, and Monty. So odds are it's not the children, and it's very likely that it's not the Origins crew. So that leaves Maxis and Monty, but Maxis is very much in the dark about everything that's going on, almost as much as the Origins crew is. So that leaves Monty to be the one who will lead the elders to this unseen place, i.e. the house. Now, the way in which he will lead them to the house is by having the Shadowman get trapped inside the summoning key. Yeah, that's right, Monty and the Shadowman are now working together, and have some innocent person, maybe one without a soul and one that can be easily controlled, open up the summoning key and release the Shadowman into the infinite, therefore allowing him to summon the apothecants and take it over. Now, remember that first line from earlier on, although they have discovered the way. The they that is being discussed is the Origins crew, and the quote unquote way is the blood. Monty appears to know that the characters have the blood, despite Richthofen thinking he doesn't, although of course he fucking does. You've got it on your bloody body when Monty's looking directly at you, you tit. So, Monty's convinced, even though the characters have the blood, he will be able to stop them nonetheless. So that's going to be pretty much this theory for now. So just a quick recap. Yeah, let's recap everything that's happened as Monty does. So we've got Monty knows about the blood. He's wanting to lead the apothecants and the Shadowman into the ether and into the infinite, and ultimately kill the children, destroy the children. I don't know. There are other ciphers on, I think it's their Eisendrach, that say they're from Max himself, and they say like, oh, the children are now gone. They're gone. They've been destroyed. They have vanished in front of me. Something like that. And that leads me to believe that those ciphers are maybe from the future, and, maybe that's already happened. Maybe that's kind of foreshadowing what's going to be happening. But for now, we don't really know. We can only really theorize. We just have to wait until Revelations to find out. Only another 2 weeks to go. Absolutely buzzing. Depending on when this is being uploaded, actually. Could be another week or so. Either way, very exciting. So many answers we're going to get in that. Even though Jason Blundell himself has said we're not going to solve any of the ciphers in Revelations. Either way, though, that's going to be pretty much it for now. I have been Chucky Man. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.